Hey Drew tubers and fams, it's Drew the California Picker. Welcome back to my channel, California Pickin'. Today I'm going to do a little video on vintage cast iron cookware. So if that interests you, stay tuned because it's going to be good. I have a lot to show you. But if not, go check out one of my other 780 videos or something like that. Almost 800 videos by now. I'm sure there's something there for you. In the meantime, hit like and subscribe. Go ahead. I know you're going to like it. Some of these older vintage pieces, enamel over cast iron and cast iron skillets, go for lots of money, guys, so stay tuned. I'm gonna break it all down for you. Oh hey, thanks for the like and subscribe. Oh, hit that bell symbol too. You'll be getting notified whenever I make a new video, which is often these days. All right, let's get to it. So I've done a video before on these cast iron enamel coated items, these pieces of cookware, and they're really something to look for at the Goodwill, Salvation Army, thrift stores, and yard sales, flea markets as well, because they can bring some pretty good money. Yes, they can bring some pretty good money, all depending on the condition and the color, especially with these enameled over cast iron cookware. Now these things, guys, these last a whole lifetime basically. You can pass these down to your relatives, and I got a couple of these from either flea markets or thrift stores or what have you. So let's talk about a name that you should look for in this enamel coated cookware, cast iron cookware, and it's called Le Creuset. Le Creuset, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My French is not so good. Le Creuset. Anyways, Le Creuset is a French line of cookware, and they make all these very colorful enamel pieces back in the 50s and 60s. And the good colors to get are this burnt orange, sunrise kind of orange. The avocado is a good color to get. The yellow is good, and they're still making cookware today, guys, and they make all sorts of new types of colors such as purple and some other ones, eggplant and such. Now, these happen to be Belgium, I believe. Let's just turn it over. Now let's look at the inside, because that's something to look at. I haven't cleaned these up in a little while. They could use a little cleaning, but sometimes you'll get these and they'll have kind of a burnt bottom to them, and so you want to find the ones that are mostly clean. You know, they don't have to be perfect or anything, but let's look at the bottom of this one. And this one is Belgium, yes. DESCOWARE is the name. Like I said, I could have probably cleaned these up a little better. They've gotten a little schmutz on the bottom, but I only cook in these, guys. I only stew my stews and my soups in these type of pots because they're the best for that. This one's my favorite little one, little stovetop. Now it's got some, as I said, look, see, it's got some browning down there. I don't know, maybe you want to put some hydrogen peroxide in there, but you don't really want to put anything too harsh in there. But yeah, if you can find them in better shape than that, that's great. Let's look at the bottom of this one. And let's see what this says. This one is... what does that say? It does say France, but... what does that say, guys? Can't tell what that says. Maybe that's Le Creuset right there. L-E... Creuset. This is an older one. Pretty nice. And they are valuable. Here's one in brown, a little bit larger than that one. This one's, and the yellow one is my largest one there. Let's look at the bottom of this one. This one's also from Belgium. DESCOWARE. So this is a good brand to look for, DESCOWARE. It's not quite as desirable as Creuset, but you know, they all make really great cooking utility pots and pans, I guess. Pretty nice. Now we move to the cast iron skillet portion of our presentation, and this is a nice graduated stack. There's actually one extra one in there for you, but I just didn't have that much room. But let me show you this. Well, anyway, the ones you really want to look out for are from a company called GRISWOLD, that's it. Grisham. Anyway, GRISWOLD, something like that. Now we get to our cast iron skillet portion of our presentation, and this is a nice graduated stack, which you don't see very often, guys. A graduated stack of vintage cast iron skillets. And the ones you really want to look for are by a company known as GRISWOLD, GRISWOLD, and they're a company out of Pennsylvania, I believe, and they've been making these cast iron skillets for over a century, I think. Anyways, I'm going to tell you the ones to look for, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, the ones you want to look for have a logo on the bottom, and it's a cross, and it says GRISWOLD on it. These are not GRISWOLD, because they're not marked, or they could be unmarked GRISWOLDs, but these are not going to do as well as a real vintage GRISWOLD. And the one you want to look for is the one with the larger logo. The larger logos are the older GRISWOLDs, and the newer GRISWOLDs have the smaller logo. So you want the larger GRISWOLD logo. I'll show a picture of that. Let me stop and show you that. And wouldn't you know, down at the bottom is the GRISWOLD on the large pan here. The larger the pan, the more money you'll get. So if you have a large 15-inch pan, 14-inch pan, 12, I mean, those do really well. This one looks like 12. The oversized ones really do well. And if you have the lid, because a lot of these came with a cast iron lid, that's always a good thing. But there's the smaller logo, the GRISWOLD logo. And like I said, I think you want the larger one, if I'm not mistaken. This one does not have a heat rim on it, but maybe this whole stack is GRISWOLD and they just printed it on the bottom. That I also heard happen. So this is probably a stack of GRISWOLD because it all matches up. It's a graduated stack, which is pretty darn cool. But there are some drawbacks, and the drawbacks are it's very heavy to ship if you were to sell this on eBay. Now these are very, very sought after and desirable and valuable, actually, guys. In fact, I saw our friend Ronnie Hart sell one for $1,000. That was a very large, extra large one. We're getting some dust in here. I think that's, or ashes. You can see it floating because we have all the fires burning today and have been for the last 3 days. Sorry about that. My thoughts and prayers go out to all those people that lost their homes. But anyway, getting back to this, Ronnie Hart sold one of these for $1,000, guys. That's some pretty serious money for a large, I think that's large logoed GRISWOLD, maybe 15 or 7, whatever. It was the largest pan I've seen, so look for those. Good job, Ronnie Hart. Nice pickup, man. Well, here's one of my last of the cast iron pieces that I have. It's a large Dutch oven. It doesn't have enamel on it, but this one's just like the pans, the skillets there. It's unfinished cast iron. And these are very desirable also. This is with the bale handle, that's what that's called. A bale handle, and this one's in good shape. I had to clean this one on camera not too long ago with I used tin foil all crunched up and God, those ashes are really going crazy here today. But yeah, you scrunch a whole bunch of tin foil up and you rub it really hard on the bottom there, and it takes away rust. You can also throw those cast iron skillets in an oven at super high temperature, and throw them in the fire, and that will burn off all kinds of junk on there. Here we're looking at the lid, and this is what's called a drip lid, or drip, I don't know, but it's it helps the liquid kind of go up and back around and fall back down on the meat or whatever, the soup or whatever you're cooking in there. Let's go to the bottom and see what this says. I don't know if this is GRISWOLD. Sometimes they did. No, this one's Wagner. So Wagner is a competitor of GRISWOLD, and I'm not sure if that's Sydney, Australia or not, but Wagner's another good brand to look for. They go way back as well. Not quite as collectible as GRISWOLD, but just it does the trick, that's for sure. It does a very good job at cooking. And by the way, get rid of all your Teflon coated pans, all that crap, any kind of aluminum pan, anything that's well, stainless steel's not bad, but go with this cast iron, coated cast ironware, and or ceramic, which is what they make now today. It's much healthier. The other stuff has got all sorts of junk in it. And as our finale, the bonus piece of the day, which is not cast iron, but it's pretty cool. I found this in the trash. Dumpster diving, guys. A vintage, it appears to be 1960s, early 70s Toastmaster waffle maker in avocado green, which is so mid-century. People look for this mid-century modern green, and also the orange does really well in any kind of appliances. So look for the yellows, the greens, and the oranges. Look at that, guys. It needs a little cleaning up, I know, but these plates come out and I can clean that up, no problem. I plugged it in and it actually works. Pretty cool vintage Toastmaster waffle maker there. Now, I don't eat a lot of waffles, guys. I've been trying to stay away from the carbs, but I may give that a try someday. Maybe I'll do a little demonstration on California Pickin'. Anyway, guys, if you want to see more of those cooking videos, let me know. I love to cook. Love to bring you guys some new cool recipes that I do. And yeah, I love to cook. And let me know what kind of stuff you guys cook in, and if you like this cast ironware, and if also if you've ever seen one of these vintage Toastmaster waffle makers.